Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. My name is CityZilla and today we're in the city of Canalville where we are going to be working on this big island over here in the top right. And I'm actually super excited about this one. I've been holding off on this build for a while. It's been kind of on my heart. I've been like, man, I really want to get something cool over here. And it's kind of funny, I recently saw a video from Overcharged Egg building out a golf course, and I'd gotten a couple suggestions on golf courses, and so I think what we're going to do is build out a large country club island area, but I also want to get a couple harbors in here. I really want to kind of encapsulate the idea that we had over here into a little bit smaller of spaces. So I want to get something cool. This is definitely much more of a bigger harbor. I want to get more of like some private harbors over here. And so I think this is going to be super fun. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing we are going to do is go in here and go to trees, and we are going to just remove all the trees because there's a ton of them and there's really no reason in hiding them. We're just going to get rid of them and come back through and do our own detailing. And then the next thing we need to do is go into the level terrain tool and basically level all this out. And so this is actually a joint venture between quite a few people within the city. So we have Joe Ferry, we have Ali Duport, and the whole Duport Foundation, and they have decided to basically purchase this land. So they've got together with the city planners and they've decided to create just a really nice space in here. And so I think it's going to be a great idea. The city has approved it. And so now that we have all that done, the next thing we are going to do is go in here, go to rural roads, go to our 2-lane gravel road, and we need to create our canal network. And so I want to kind of take inspiration a little bit from this area. So I really like how this island kind of chain over here follows the freeway. And so I do want to get some freeway access over there, but then I also really like the sleek lines of it. And there's some curves in here. It just looks really good. And so what I'm thinking is we will create a 3-way off-ramp kind of scenario, probably a flyover like this, but just not as big. And then we will have it go up here and probably curve and have it come over here and ultimately connect up with the freeway over here, so that as we expand over here, it'll kind of just create some really good access for this area. The first thing I want to do is try to identify an area. I think we're going to come out like maybe right here. I think this will probably be good. We could even probably go closer. No, you know, we'll go out further because then we can do maybe like a park space or something. So we'll come out here, go like that, and it looks like we are way too low. So let's go ahead and try that again. So we will come back here, go like that. So we will go to -6, and then we're just going to come back through and fix it. We will come up over here, go like that, go like this, and then let's go ahead and select all that and make sure that we are at the correct height now. So we'll come in here. So let's go in here, select all this, and then let's go ahead and just bring it up and up to where we don't have that divot anymore. So we'll go like right there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. That looks about right. And so we will come up here, go 10 out, and then come across, and then go like this. And I want to create some nice curves over here. So we're going to go to the freeform tool. We're going to come up over here, go like that. And there we go. I feel like that looks pretty good. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. We're going to grab that freeform tool. We're going to come out here, just kind of curve it in. It actually looks like that's a little bit further away. So I want to bring this out just a smidge. Probably go right there, and then let's go back in there and then turn it in. Yeah, perfect. Look at this. And then let's go ahead and do the same thing. We're going to come out 10, and then let's go ahead and bring this up just a little bit. And then we will go ahead and turn this in. I feel like this is going to be perfect. And so we'll go like that. Nice. I feel like that is a pretty good starting point for our canal network. So now with that chain of islands, what we'll do is I want to put it somewhere in the middle. So maybe we will measure this out. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say, so we'll say 4 in from the curve, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll go like that. And then let's go ahead and look at this side. So this one's a little off. So let's actually measure it ourselves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, let's go ahead and go like that. And then let's go ahead and delete this. Let's look at that. So that actually looks pretty good. So if we do canals on the inside, I feel like that'll be pretty consistent with the center of this. So let's go ahead and bring this out. We're going to do the same thing on this side, go like that. And then I do want to curve this. So let's go ahead and go into the freeform tool. We're going to grab this, go straight. I want the curve to be kind of slight rather than really extreme. So I do want to aim towards that corner of the freeway up there. So we're going to go like that. I feel like that is perfect. And then what we'll do is go ahead and jump into the parallel line tool. We'll grab this, come all the way down here if it'll allow us. Looks like we need to go just a little bit up. Go like this, go like this. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah, there we go. And then let's go ahead and just hold on to that plus sign until we get all the way out to that next road. Okay, and so I think this is about good. Let's go ahead and make sure that that's level first. Yeah, it looks like that's pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. Perfect. And one of the things that I really enjoy about that tool is that it mimics the road perfectly. And so you just don't have to worry about it at all. One of the downsides is it doesn't give you zoning on the road quite consistently. And so you do have to go back and tend to either upgrade it. So if you go in here and just upgrade it, then it'll bring back the zoning. I'm not really worried about it right now. We're not going to get any zoning on here, but it is something to be aware of. And so now we will come in here and the only thing we need to make sure of is that those squares need to be perfectly matched along here. So we will just go all the way down. And it's so funny. Of course, I was saying I'm not really worried about it, but we're using the zoning as a guide. So we're going to go ahead and get that in there so that we can make sure to get this perfectly in there. So then we will come up over here and bring this across. Yeah, look at this. Perfect. This is just coming out so great. Nice. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side. And voila. So we have our first little canal networks going. And so what I want to do is I think we're going to do some rows across, but I want to do one row that's going to go diagonal and probably loop up here. So I think what we're going to do is grab we're already in the freeform tool. So we will start on the road. And one of the ways that you can get a nice clean transition is to actually, instead of coming out here like the traditional way, like going like that, you want to actually follow the road and then shoot off and then just adjust it with move it later. And so we will come up over here. It actually looks like maybe that's a little too low. So I'm going to come down just a little bit more and go like this. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be perfect. Of course, it's saving real quick. So we will come up over here. I feel like this is good. And then let's go ahead and go straight. Yeah, we'll go like this. Nice. And then what I want to do is go ahead and curve it in now. So we are going to grab this and then begin to curve it into the water. Perfect. Nice. And so what we'll do is jump in here and now measure this out. So we'll go out 10 and then we will go straight just a little bit. I want to get a curve in here. So we're going to go back to that freeform tool and we're actually going to turn off road bending because I don't want it to snap to that road in a weird way. I want it to go flat with it. So we're going to go like right there. And then now what you can do is jump into the bulldoze tool and actually just bulldoze that middle segment because we already got it to snap to the road. And so it'll actually just give you that perfect little angle, which I think that looks fantastic right there. And so now we will come up over here and just basically follow this across. Same idea as the other side. We just want to make sure that we maintain that 10 unit distance, which is perfectly 8 squares. So that looks pretty good. And so now what we will do, that's actually a little bit bigger than I was intending, but it's not the end of the world for us to do that. I think we're going to have a canal come up this way as well. So now what we will do is come up over here and I want it to be perpendicular with this. We're actually going to have this go up probably about like right there. And then let's go ahead and turn this in. And we're going to come back through here and do some nice curves on a lot of these. So I'm not too worried about just snapping them to it right now. So we will come up over here and we can actually curve this one in. So we will curve that in and we'll go like right there. Perfect. And then we can go ahead and remove our little tracer line right here. We do not need that. Nice. And then let's go ahead and draw that across now. So we're going to do the same thing as before, go up 10, and then we are just going to have this connect up. Perfect. And then we're going to bring this across all the way until it starts to bend. And then we will do the same thing over here. Just maintain that 10 squares of zoning. It looks like that's a little bit too far. So we are going to go right there. Perfect. I feel like that is fantastic. And so now what we will do is create a couple more of these. So I want to go up probably about, we'll say 40. 40 is probably good. So then we will come up over here, do the same thing. And then I do want to create another little offshoot over here. So I want to have one that goes maybe up and then curves around. Maybe we'll actually start it right here. I feel like that could look good. Let's go ahead and check that out together. So we will go ahead and come out here. So if we have this curve, how is that going to look? So I want it to be similar to this, how we had this little island segment over there. I feel like that would just look fantastic over here. So maybe we will actually come off from right here. I feel like this is going to be a little bit of an easier anchor point for us. So then we will go like that. And then that way what we can do is have this come up over here and then actually curve in. Perfect. I feel like that is going to be fantastic. So it does look like we're on the wrong side of the canal there, but it's okay. We can always come back. So then we will go this way and let's go ahead. We want it to curve. I wonder if we can go right there and create just a really big junction. This will actually be a really great space for like a ferry terminal or something like that, since that is something we're going to have to be aware of. And we're going to come back through here and probably do a huge curve in here, possibly even do a little island. I feel like that could be good. So then we will have this follow the road around. Perfect. Nice. And so let's not forget about this canal now. So we're going to come up over here, and then we are going to turn. We're going to come this way. Let's actually go straight, and then let's bring this down. So we're going to go like that. We're going to come up over here, do the same thing, go like that. Nice. This is already coming together so good. So we will go up here. Perfect. Nice. I think this is looking fantastic. And one of the things that'll really help you whenever designing these out is actually to go through and delete the little segments. And it creates more of like what you're going for is canals. So you come in here, just kind of delete all these, and then it gives you an idea of what you're looking at. And you know what? I feel like that actually looks pretty good. I do wish that maybe we could curve that around. I feel like that could actually look really good. Initially, I was thinking we would do another canal coming this way, but I think after looking at this, so if we followed this down and went like this, so then we will follow this across. Let's go ahead and snap this in now. So we'll go right there. Let's go ahead and delete all these unnecessary roads and see what we're looking at. So we do need to curve this one in. So we'll go ahead and go like that. You know what? I feel like that looks really interesting, because I think what we'll do is go ahead and bring this back. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be fantastic, because then we can, let's go ahead and connect this up just to give us a rough idea of what we're looking at here. So if we connect that right there, and then connect this right there, and then come back through here and delete these, go like that, go like that. Yeah, that is actually looking really cool. I think that is fantastic. I do wish this one was a little more open. Maybe we'll actually curve this in. So if we bring this back just a smidge, go like right there, because I want to create a harbor in here. So if we go ahead and turn this in, go like that, and then go ahead and copy this side if we can. So if we go out 10 and then go up, we should be good. It looks like I need to just bring this back just a smidge. That's okay. So then we will do the same thing here, go back, bring this up. Yeah, perfect. Nice. And one of the cool things with that is it just allows us a little more space in here to do, because we could also have that curve. I feel like that would probably look better. So if let's go ahead and get rid of this. We're just going to create a really big curve in here. I feel like this is just going to look fantastic. So if we go like right there, yeah, you know what? I think that looks pretty good. I do wish it was a little less pronounced. I'm going to go ahead and just shorten this up real quick. Yeah, there we go. I feel like that looks a little better, especially once we get in here and we're going to do quite a bit more curves. I feel like it would just make more sense for that to be like that. We're going to turn these into curves as well. And so I do want to come over here and do a couple little roads as well. So we'll come up, go 40 and come across, and then go all the way out, and then come over 10 and then connect that up, and then come across. And let's go ahead and go 40 up again, because I really want to create some nice patterns in here. And I feel like having that symmetry is going to really, or at least those patterns is going to really help it to look better, if I can say words. So then we will come across, go like this, connect that up, and then we will come up 40, do the same thing, connect that up, and then connect this up, go across 10, connect that up, and then connect this up. How does that look? So what are we looking at? You know what? I feel like this actually looks really cool. So we have definitely a couple different vibes going on. So if we go ahead and get rid of this, get rid of that, let's go, and I'm just going to get rid of all these little middle roads real quick. How does that look? So that actually, it looks really interesting. The only piece that I don't feel comfortable 100% about is this little segment right here. Let's go ahead and select all this, and then we will go ahead and Control H right here, Control H, bring that all up to one level. Yeah, there we go. Nice. You know what? I feel like it looks interesting, because we're going to want to get a golf course in here, and I think having these bigger sections are actually going to contribute to a little bit better of a layout. One of the things I do want to do though is connect up some of these other canals. So I think what we're going to do is come in here, and we are going to bring these across. Go ahead and connect this up. Go like that, go like that. And then let's go ahead and delete these, delete that, delete that, and then we can come back in here and redraw these in. So we'll go like this, and then come over here, go like that. Nice. And then that way what we can do is go ahead and delete these, delete that, and then nice. We have a nice little crossover. I feel like that looks fantastic. Let's go ahead and do it for this one as well. Okay, so I think this is a pretty decent little canal network. And so now what I want to do is go in here and just kind of soften up some of these curves. So I think we'll actually keep these ones sharp. I feel like they look really good. But I do want to come in here. I think like these two, what I'm going to do is just delete these, and then go into the freeform tool, and then come up here to get that dotted line, and then line it up, and then connect it up. It's just going to allow us to have a little bit better of an angle on here. So then we'll probably do the same thing here, and just go like this, come across, connect that up. Nice. I feel like, you know, it just definitely gives it a little bit better of a look. So then if we get rid of that, I feel like this looks pretty good. So then we will go ahead, and I want to do some curves in here as well. So we will go ahead and get rid of this. Let's just get rid of that whole thing. And then we will go back into our road and let's come across here. I wonder if we actually go in here and do the create loop mode. So if we go like that, how does that look? I feel like it looks a little weird. Let's go ahead and hit enter, and then we can always come back and play around with it in a different way, because I feel like it could definitely look better, but I do like the curves right there. I feel like this one could be good as a curve. So maybe we will, no, I think because that one's right there. This one could be better though. So maybe if we cut this one back, so if we go like that and then come across here, yeah, you know what, that looks much better. It was kind of sharp over there, and so I feel like this is definitely, it opens it up enough to allow us to do a ferry stop right here, and then just to have a little bit of an open space, just like this one over here. I really like that. I think that looks great. And so I do want to do some curves in here as well. This could be another little ferry stop. So come in here, go ahead and delete all the little corners. Yeah, you know what, I feel like that looks pretty cool. I don't really, again, I think this whole thing right here, I think this looks so much better. So if we come over here and look, so we'd have some curves over here, but then we have some straights. I wanted to keep that kind of, I don't know, industrial look almost. Maybe we'll get rid of one of these. So if we go ahead and get rid of this, it might clean it up. So if we grab this, so if we go like that and then jump in here and draw this across, I feel like this may work. I feel like we'll just have to wait and see. So if we go like that, does that make it look better? Okay, so I feel like that actually looks pretty good. The only thing I'm just not sure of is this whole thing over here. I think what I'm going to do is, I think we're going to scratch that. We're going to grab all this. We're going to delete it. And then that way what we can do is kind of start over and just do from this line across. I feel like this is going to be a little bit better. And this is just part of the, you know, R&D process of all this. I'd drawn it out before, but I did a little bit of a different tweak on that bottom side, and I think it just looked so much better. And you know what? I feel like that is it right there. Go ahead, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Drawing these out is definitely a challenge, but it's kind of fun because you can really draw whatever you want. And I wanted it to be similar to this, as I'm sure it would be the same kind of designers. Maybe they got different designers, but I feel like we got enough open space in here to be able to do some really fun golf courses and stuff. And then we can also come in here and go ahead and remove this oil in here as well, just because we don't really need it in there. It is unnecessary. And then now what we will do is go ahead and get rid of these, and we will, I already leveled it all out. Go into the level terrain tool, and we keep fluctuating money. Are we going positive at all? Or let's go ahead and see if we're having some issues. If I hit Control L, so we are not having any issues with vehicles or anything, so we should be good. I'm not really sure why we're losing money though. These should be running pretty good. They are. This one's going pretty good too. And it's kind of funny, I did have to redraw in this road to get this going. Oh, look, and we have a little army plane in here too. I had got these off the Steam Workshop and turned all of our cargo planes into army planes, and so now we have little cargo planes coming in, which is super cool. But all the traffic over here has definitely increased quite a bit. And it's kind of funny, I should be good. Now all these people are like importing from here from the city and then exporting through the airport. It's kind of interesting. I'm guessing the game just prefers to export through aircraft or something. I'm not really sure, but we should be pretty good. I don't know why we're running negative at the moment. Let's go ahead and look at our budget panel. So if we go in here, so taxes, 517. I mean, we only did dirt roads over there. It really shouldn't have spiked us up any sort of crazy amount, because we were making just tons of money before. Let's check out this area and see if we have any problems. Oh, that was something that I didn't mention either, was these trains. I went ahead and added these in between episodes, and it definitely is much better. I just connected them up to the cargo terminal over here, and then I ran a line coming up over here, turned it, and then had it come up over here, and then I did two train hubs coming over here, and you kind of see this one is just crazy. Oh, and it looks like this one actually has a road that is the wrong direction. So we will go like this just to make sure that people can get in there, and it looks like it's missing water too. Wow, I just completely failed this one. City invested all that money and then it just didn't work, and so that should help out. Let's go ahead and look at this and see. Yeah, I mean, we're making so much money, 45,000 a week. Up there we go. So we got positive a little bit, so it just shows that we were in maybe a little bit of a hiccup. So if we come in here, so 24,000. We're making good money with our oil. I mean, we're making tons of money, 100,000 a week. Where's our money going though? So we got some pretty good, we're making 200,000 over here. So 532, we're up to 10,000. We should be making more than that though. So 170 expenses. Yeah, I mean, our medical's pretty high. So is our unique buildings. Our unique buildings are just crazy. We Yeah, all those little ploppables, they cost so much. All right, so now what we can do is jump back over here. Let's go into our level terrain tool, and what I'm gonna do is make it just big enough to be about the size of the canal. Yeah, I think that's perfect. And then we will choose a height. I feel like this is probably good down here, so I'm just going to right click, and then we will drag this in and then basically follow the canals all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on pause so that we can start the flooding process early, and then I'm going to go ahead and get this done. All right, so it has finally stopped flooding, and let's go ahead and start cleaning this up now. And so anybody who hasn't watched me, that's why I'm kind of showing this. It's a really easy thing. So you literally just go through and clean up these edges, and then what I'm going to do is go into the parallel tool. I actually might do that first, because going through here and leveling these out and then having to go back through and do it again is kind of redundant. And so we will jump in here to our water structures. We're going to choose a key wall that we like. So let's go ahead. Of course, it's auto saving, so we got to wait. So then we will minimize this because I don't really like it that big. So we'll come in here. Let's go ahead and do old stone key fence decorated. Let's go ahead and draw in a couple of these just to see what we're looking at. So if we go like that, so that one's your standard one. That one's pretty nice. It doesn't have a lot of trees. It's got little bushes on it though. So let's go ahead and start drawing this one out. This one's actually really nice. It's got bigger trees. I think this is the standard one that we've done a lot. It's got those little trees, but then it's got little trash cans with some lights, which I really like. And this one's the same, just not the trees. You know what? I think we'll maybe do this one without the trees. That last one, I really like the lights in there. I think that's a cool little touch. And so what we'll do is go in here and go to create parallel mode. And so basically what you do is you just follow it all the way around. You actually do want to make sure to start on a straight piece, because doing it around corners is kind of a pain. So we'll come over here and then just go straight into it. And then we will bring this down to about, I think we do 9 or 10 normally. Yeah, we'll do 9 and then hit enter. And then you connect this up now. So we'll come in here, connect that up. Perfect. And then go into the bulldoze tool. We'll get rid of all of these. And whenever you have water down first, it actually makes it so much easier, because then they don't flip the wrong direction. There is still some that are flipped the wrong direction. You can kind of see these ones right here. Sometimes they'll auto flip by themselves. Sometimes they won't. But what you can do is go into the network multi-tool, go to this invert segment, and just kind of flip them around. Make sure that they're facing the right way. That would be pretty important for us. So now we have our first little island, which is fantastic. And then the last thing you do is just go in here and just kind of touch it up, go into the waterways, clean up the edges a little bit, and then come back through and clean up the top again, because we want it to be safe, especially for ferries to come through here. We wouldn't want them to ground on our ground. That would be pretty bad. So then we will come back in here, go ahead and level this out. And it did kind of raise up down there a little bit, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. We just want it to be mostly flat, and it is. And so now what I'm going to do is literally do that for all of them now, and then I will be right back with you guys. Okay, so after letting it flood and drawing it all out and kind of cleaning them up, it's finally at a position where it's a little good, though you can still kind of see some water over here. You just got to wait and kind of clean these up as we go. I'm not going to get too crazy with it right now. I could sit here for hours and try to clean it up, but honestly, it's just going to take some time, especially like these little corners. But it looks good for what it is. I really like it. I think this design was actually good. I'm glad that we got rid of that one. I think this canal coming through here looks a lot better. And so now what I want to do is go ahead and create a harbor right here. And I think we're going to do a little harbor back here as well. So we will go back into our rural road, and we are going to draw in. So I want there to be one entrance with some housing on this side and some housing on this side. But then I want it to kind of open up and go around the back side. So we will do a little less housing back here. It'll be kind of like a bay. I feel like it's a really cool opportunity. I was kind of looking at some canal networks in Miami and also in other countries, and some of the canal cities. Some of the canals are just really cool, like where they have the harbors kind of spread out, and I really wanted to capture some of that here. So I think we will kind of draw this around, and then as we go around, we'll do some little inlets and stuff so that we can do some taller buildings and stuff like that, and just make it look really cool. And so we will come in here, and we're going to go straight like this, and let's go ahead and go 10 across. So we'll go like that, and let's level that out before we get too ahead of ourselves. So we will grab that, Control H right there, perfect. And then let's I think maybe even open that up a little bit more. So if we bring this back one, let's go ahead and curve this to the right. Oops, that was not what I was trying to do. So let's level that up again. We'll go like that, and then go into the freeform tool, and I want this to kind of mimic that one over there. Let's actually, I think we're going to open this up a little bit more. So if we get rid of that, what I'm thinking is maybe something a little bit wider than 10. So if we have this go this way, just a little bit, and then maybe we'll do 20. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be better. And then we'll go up 1. And then let's begin to curve this. So we will go this way, have it go that way. Perfect. And then that way what we can do is have this one do the same. So we'll line it up with that key wall over there. We'll go up to like right there. I feel like that looks pretty good. And then that way we can curve this way. But then we can do like a little bit of an island. I feel like maybe even a little bit wider on this would probably be good. So let's go one more out. I feel like this may be too big of an opening. Let's check this out though. We're gonna try this out together. So we will go this way, curve it, and then go straight, turn off snapping, and go like right there. Is that gonna look better? Yeah, you know what? I feel like that's gonna look much better. So then we will go straight, nice, and we could even do little canals. That could actually be interesting. So if we get rid of that and then have this go down just a smidge, turn this into like an island. Ooh, this wasn't initially part of my plan, but man, this could actually look cool. Because then we could have another harbor area off that backside. So let's measure this out. So if we go out 20, I don't know if that's gonna be long enough because those harbor assets are actually pretty big. So if we come over here, oh, you know what? That's actually not bad. So let's go ahead and copy one of these and let's just see what we're working with. So if we copy that. Oh, you know what? That is definitely enough. So then we would be able to do 2. That would be great. So let's jump back into our road, connect that up. Nice. I feel like this is going to be really cool. And then that way what we can do is just curve this one down, go like that, and then do the same thing on this side, go like that. And then let's go ahead and get rid of these middle sections. We'll go like that, go like that. I feel like these being edges would be better. So let's go ahead and get rid of these. And we are going to make these into points. I feel like it's just going to be a little bit better. So if we go like that, and then let's go back in here, go like that, and go like that. It looks like we're a little bit off on that side. That is frustrating. So we will go like this and then curve this in. Nice. Yeah, I feel like that definitely looks a little bit better. It's still really interesting. So I think what we'll do is we will do a couple inlets over here. So if we go ahead and bulldoze these, and then let's come in here, go to our freeform, and I want to do something like right. So we'll go like that, and then let's copy it on this side. So how far was that? That was 1 unit. So if we come out 1 unit, it's like about right there. So if we go like that, how does that look? That actually looks pretty interesting. You can tell this one's a little bit longer than that side, but I'm not too worried about it because then what we can do is do a similar thing over here. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that, and then let's do a little bit of a bulge in here too. So we'll go like that. Nice. I feel like this is going to look pretty interesting, especially for a harbor. I like the look of it. And then I think we may still come in here and kind of tweak some of these a little bit. Like I wonder if we go ahead and get rid of these and then just do an arch across, if we can kind of clean that up a little bit more, just because it's not perfect and it was going to bother me. Yeah, you know what? That looks a little bit better. It does look like we're a little off on our spacing a smidge. But you know what? I like it. I think it's an interesting design. What I'm going for is definitely more of like a Dubai look, but I like it. And so we're going to come in here and let's do the same thing now. We're going to grab the height of our canals, maybe even go down here and then bring this back. Let's go ahead and unpause so we can start to flood. Okay, and so now what we can do is come in here and basically upgrade all of this to our lovely pier. Yeah, you know what? I feel like this looks pretty good. It's kind of funny. This happens a little bit with this pier. You have to like come in here and clean these up a little bit. You know what? I feel like that looks pretty good. And then that way what we can do is come in here and just clean these up, because one of the cool things with these is that it actually allows the water to go underneath them, which is a pretty cool feature. It does look like I forgot to do one, so let's go back in there. So it's in water, go like this, flip that around. Did we get the rest of them? We did. Nice. Yeah, we did. Perfect. And then that way we can go back in here and then get the water underneath it. Perfect. Go all the way around. It does look like we may need to raise the water level up just a smidge for this area, because I don't want it to show. I feel like that's going to be kind of weird. It looks like maybe it's raising up. Let's look at our water level and see. Yeah, so we're going to be good. We shall be good. We just got to let it flood. And then for the middle section, I think we will do piers around the outside. So let's go back in there, and I think we're going to use the big piers for this section. So we will do big piers all the way around, and then we'll do the pier off of this, or the big key walls. So we'll do the big key walls right here, and then let's make sure these are facing the right way. Yes, they are. Perfect. Nice. I feel like this is a really good look for this area. And I really like these key walls a lot. I don't use them as often because they do have some clipping issues and stuff like that. And they tend to flood a lot too, like whenever you load into the map, but they're still really fun. They look great. And then one of the great things about them is that they function like a network. And so whenever you're leveling near them, it literally just allows you to get a flat surface, whereas the key walls don't. The key walls definitely are a little bit harder to work with, especially when it comes to ground, because you can technically lower the ground below a key wall, and with a network you can't. And so I'm going to go ahead and let this flood real quick. Okay, and so it has mostly flooded, and so now what I want to do is jump into a 1-unit road, and we are going to go ahead and jump back into parallel mode, grab this, and then come all the way down. And what I want to do is create like a nice little curb area. So we're going to go like right there, hit enter, and then what we're going to do is jump over to a 2-unit road, do this one with trees, and then do the same thing. So we're going to grab that road, come all the way down, grab that, and then we are going to create a little bit of separation, go like right there, perfect. And then we do need to come in here, right click out of network multi-tool, and then upgrade this road so that we can get our zoning. I don't know why it's been doing that recently. I've been getting that like sideways zoning, so I'm going to go ahead and, I don't know what it's doing right there, but looks like maybe that will turn into a plaza. And so let's jump into a 1-unit road now, and we can come down, connect that up, and then connect it up to the pier as well. It doesn't look like that pier connection is going to work out too well. Let's jump in here and see if we can yeah, so nodeless, maybe we'll do custom. It actually worked out pretty well there. It worked out after fixing it, though it does look like we have some issues back there. Nodeless. Let's try deleting that because I don't want to deal with this, whatever that is. Man, this just happens with these quite often. And so let's go back in here and go to custom. Yeah, that's good. It looks like we're just going to have to deal with that because it looks like this is just stuck there now. It's not the end of the world though. So we will come over here and do the same thing and just not connect it up with that. And then connect these up. Perfect. Connect these up. Perfect. Nice. And so I think we'll end up doing a road all the way around like that. And so I think that would actually be really nice. So if we come in here and just do parallel road all the way down, let's go like that, and then bring it out probably about the same. I kind of wish I had looked at so we'll do 28, and then let's jump in here, right click out of network multi-tool, and then curve this in. So if we go like that, perfect. This is going to look fantastic. And so we're going to do the same thing on this side. Parallel tool, come up over here, go right to left, and then go out to 28. Nice. And then right click out of network multi-tool, go like this, grab that, and then curve it up. And now we have access. Perfect. And it's kind of an interesting shape. This is, was hoping to get some more harbor stuff in here. So I think we will do maybe some small docks on this side because we're really only going to have enough space on this side to do any sort of like meaningful docks. I do wish the water was a little bit higher. It's kind of frustrating because you can see the ground underneath rather than the pillars just kind of going in like a regular pier. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I think it still looks good. I do wish this was a little bit better, but it's just because the shape of our whole thing isn't consistent. And so let's come in here now, and we are going to do the road across as well. So I'm just going to do the parallel tool all the way down and then connect them up like I did the small road. So we'll come in here, go out. I think that's probably good. So 19 looks like that is matched up. Then come over here, do the same thing. I feel like this already looks pretty good. We do need to come in here though, delete those, delete that, delete that, delete that, and then connect this back up. So we'll come in here, connect that up, perfect. Come in here, connect that up, nice. And then connect up our 1-unit road as well. So we'll go like this, and we'll come over here, do the same thing, go like that, and then let's connect it up in a couple other spots as well. So we'll go like this, and then we will go like this. Ooh, that was definitely not what I was trying to do, but the game just had a mind of its own. So we'll go like that, and then it does look like we need to upgrade our outside roads so we can get our zoning again. So we will come in here, go all the way around. And the idea is for us to do high-rise residential. We really need to get some residential in our city. We're having some issues with abandonment in our industrial, and it's really just around not having enough people. And so what I want to do is create a couple little neighborhoods in here now. We do need to have outside access, and then we need to do a bridge or something going into the middle. So we're going to have a highway right there. Maybe we can do a road coming up over here. I feel like that could be good. Maybe going underneath the highway, but then have access. I feel like that could be pretty good. So we'll go ahead and choose this one, and then let's go ahead and raise it up, since being in this area is going to be very beneficial if it's raised. So we'll come up over here, and we'll just come all the way across. Go like that. And then let's turn it down. So maybe if we turn it and have it come across the middle, like right here. Let's go ahead and turn off snapping so we can choose where we want it to go. Yeah, we'll go like right there. I feel like that's going to be good. And then that way what we can do is go ahead and turn on snapping again, come up over here, and let's see if we can get a nice curve. So I think we're going to go straight across, and then that way we can curve it right here. Yeah, I feel like this is going to work out well. Doing these raised roads really help with the canals. This was something that we did on the other side. So we'll go like this, and I think we're just going to bring this one across. Yeah, I feel like this is going to really help out. We're definitely going to have to get access in here though if we hope to get any sort of zoning going. So I think what we'll need to do is do our freeway entrance, though we don't want that to be the only connection. So I think maybe we'll come over here. I mean, this one looks not too bad. Just don't like having those bridges too close. This area doesn't look bad either. So we could do a bridge going this way and have this one connect up. So if we did a bridge going across like right here, I think that could actually work. So if we come in here, let's go ahead and bulldoze this, and we're probably going to have to reconfigure some of our walking paths over here. It's okay though. So we'll come in here. Let's go ahead and delete all that. And we're just ruining all of our poor walkability over here. Gonna have to be careful not to forget that. And so I do want it to be a bike lane road. We're gonna come across, and then let's, I don't know if any shipping routes. We're just, because we have shipping routes, we're gonna go ahead and raise this up just to be careful. And then we are going to come all the way across. We want to go in the middle actually. So we'll come up over here, and then that way what we can do is go ahead and lower it down now. Go like this. Nice. Feel like this is going to work out well. We do need to check to see if any ships come through here, which I'm not sure if they do. I know they go that way. You know what? I don't think they go under here. I think they go around, which actually works out really well for us. And so let's come back over here now. We have some access. Let's come down here. We're going to have this one go straight, and I want this to be a cool little area. So we're going to go like right there, and then we're going to come down, go to ground. Yeah, I feel like that looks pretty good. We're probably going to come back through here and change that slope though. So then we will come up over here. I kind of wish we were more center. So I think what we'll do is go in here, grab all these nodes. Yeah, grab that, grab that, grab that, and then just slide it over. Yeah, that's just going to be better. And so what I'm using as a template for this is kind of this whole area. So I want it to be nice. We're not going to be doing skyscrapers in here, but I want it to have access. We're going to have a little curve going around. So I think that's actually going to work out well. So if we jump into a 1-unit road and we come out here, maybe we'll do one on either side. Let's go ahead and turn off road guidelines. Come out there and then come out there, and then let's turn this on, have this go up just a smidge. So if we go like right there, turn this, let's go ahead and turn back on road guidelines. Nice. I feel like this is going to work out well, though I don't think we're going to be able to go straight, which is a huge bummer. It would have been nice to be able to do that. Maybe we'll move these in. So if I grab that and just move this in, but if I grab that and do the same thing. Nice. So I'm going to turn off snapping so we can make sure to get a nice even. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off as well so I don't get that weird jarring movement. We will come all the way down here, go like right there, and then let's go ahead and copy it on this side now. And I do need to turn that on just to get our connection. And it looks like we need to be just a smidge more in on this side. So if we go like right there, okay, so looks like we need to still move this in just a smidge, and then let's go ahead and fix this. Go ahead and fix this as well. Yeah, there we go. I feel like that looks pretty good. And then that way what we can do is let's actually bring this back a little bit, and I think we're going to do like a museum or something cool over here. I feel like that would just be awesome. Maybe even like the opera house. So then we will go ahead and turn these back on. Let's turn back on road bending as well. And let's go straight down. So I want to be on the ground. And then we'll go straight. It looks like we're not straight, so we will come this way, go like right there, and then let's go ahead and curve this in. Perfect. And then we need to upgrade this to a ground piece, so we will force that as a ground piece. And then let's go ahead and raise this up now. So we're going to grab both of those, and we're going to Control H right there. Let's go ahead and do the same thing here. So Control H. Nice. I feel like this is going to look really cool. So then we'll do, I think we're going to do a hotel in here, and then we're going to do, I think, the opera house. So I think if we come in here, I want to say, yeah, so this one right here, I feel like this would just be a fantastic little addition for this area. We are pretty tight on space though, so I would want to do like a plaza. Let's go ahead and place that down, and then let's center this. We need to do parking. Maybe we'll do off-site parking. This isn't great. You know what we can do is have this go out a little bit further. So if we grab this, let's grab all this in here, and then let's have it go straight just a little bit, just to give us enough space. So if we go like right there, how does that look? You know what? It still looks good. It definitely comes out a little bit further, which is what we were hoping for. And then that way, it just allows us a little more room to do like a plaza with some parking, which I think is going to be fantastic. So I do want to fix that. Yeah, you know what? This looks pretty good. And so let's figure out what we're going to do. We need to do connections over here as well. So let's grab this road and then come this way. Perfect. So now we have at least one connection over here. It'd be good to get another one over here. Let's go ahead and get one over here. Yeah, I feel like that's going to be good. Let's jump into slope mode and kind of fix these up a little bit. So we'll go like that. And then let's go ahead and fix this one up too while we're at it. We'll go like that. Okay, so now what we can do is jump in here. Let's go to a 1 unit road and finish off our little layout over here. Now that we got that, and let's, I think we will maybe curve this one in. So if we actually jump back into that road, perfect. I feel like that actually looks pretty good. And then it allows a little bit of room to maybe do a park back here. We'll probably do some commercial off that section. I don't want to do it. I don't want to fill it all in. I want there to be open space too. That's really what I was trying to go for here. And so it does look like we need to maybe upgrade this road, or at least hit upgrade. I do want to remove zoning off of the pier. Go like this, just because I want the zoning to be off the roads. So let's go like this all the way around. Let's remove zoning off of here. Yeah, that's perfect. I feel like this is actually going to look really good. So what we're going to do is come up here and we're going to do high density zoning back here, and we're going to keep it paused for a second. So we'll go like this, and let's go ahead and do a couple little areas. So probably not going to put a school on this area. I think we're going to do a school over here. And so go into parks. Let's go to plazas. Let's see if we can get something cool in here. So it looks like this is probably going to be the only one that's going to fit. Place it down and see if we can get it to look good there. So if we bring this up just a smidge, yeah, you know what, that actually looks pretty good. We could do some really tall buildings in here too. I just don't know if any of them are going to really fit. I do want to come in here though and paint this all in as a separate district. So this will be like the, I don't know, harbor district or something like that. We can turn that back on as well. And then let's jump back in there actually and turn this into self-sufficient, since those are the buildings I want to get. And then let's come in here. I think we can do a couple tall ones in here, or we could do something else I think would look cool. Don't necessarily. Let's come in here and look up hotels and see what we got. I think we're going to choose these ones. They're not much bigger, but they're definitely a little bit bigger, and then that way we can actually build a nice little compound for them. So if we come out here, go straight, come out here, go straight. Let's come out here, do the same thing. So we will go straight and do the same thing here, go like that, and then jump back into those buildings. And I think we're going to change these to residentials rather than unique buildings. So we'll go like this, and then what we need to do is go back in and copy them. So we're going to copy it. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really cool look in here. So then let's do the same thing here. Go ahead and copy it, flip it, go like that. Do the same thing over here, copy, flip. And these are the buildings that we used in Crater Lake for our Olympic Village. It was actually a really fun build. If none of you guys have ever checked it out, we did a whole like Olympic Village with a couple Olympic stadiums, and they turned out really well. I actually thought it was a really cool build. It was kind of before I got a little bit bigger though, so I didn't get a ton of views on them, but they're definitely worth checking out. I do wish that one didn't come out onto the pier like that, but I think these look really fun. So these are awesome little buildings for back here, and then that way we can do some paths and really make it look good. And then over here I think we're going to need to do a parking garage. So let's go ahead and see if we can fit one in. I don't necessarily want it to be right in the front, so let's look at this. So it does clip the back. That's actually terrible. I actually like that it provides a little access up here so that maybe people from the bridge could get down off this side. I just don't feel like that's our best bet. So if we grab this and turn it, so if we go like right there, it allows us to do some more like a little plaza space in here, maybe a fountain, something to look good. It's a lot of parking, but honestly these type of events can pull a ton of people, and so we would need something like this. And then around the edges I think we're going to do some light commercial. So I think we'll do, maybe back here we'll do a couple, maybe we don't even need commercial. We could just do all residential. No, I think we'll do one row of high density commercial right there. And then we'll come over here and do the same thing on the curve. And then let's go ahead and fill in the rest of this as residential. So let's go like this, go like this. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be good. So we'll go ahead and fill that in. And then we could fill in something in here too, or we could leave that empty. I feel like that could be good left empty, because we could even put in something else over there, maybe some sort of unique building, maybe a park. It could be good. So if we go, let's see how this looks. Yeah, you know what? I feel like that's going to be a nice little entrance way into that. And I like that we have open space over here. I feel like this is going to be awesome. And then we'll come back through and do the marina and stuff. And then in the middle here, I feel like we could still put some more stuff. So let's look in here under hotel again. And let's see if we can fit something in here. Ooh, these ones look cool. So I wonder if we could get rid of these and put in 2 of these. That would be great. So building already exists, we know. So I think we're just going to copy that. So we're going to go like this and flip it. And these would be like hotels maybe, or just like condos, high-rise condos. Yeah, I think those look cool. I really like that. And I like having the small buildings around the outside, that height difference. And so I'm going to go ahead and do some water pipes real quick. Okay, so water pipes in. It's kind of funny. After doing the water pipes, I realized that we never hooked this road back up. And this was actually a pretty important road for over here. So they're just like, man, they deleted the road and just forgot about us. And so let's go ahead and connect that up. Nice. And then we need to connect up our paths as well. So let's come over here. Let's draw this across. I actually feel like that might look a little bit better than what we had. Let's make sure that that pillar's not in the way. It's not. So now there's access. They have access over there, which is fantastic. And so let's see this now. We should have these start growing, and they are perfect. And so let's get a couple services down here. Just because we're not going to have schools doesn't mean we still wouldn't need a health clinic and stuff like that. We would want them close by, like little fire department, stuff like that. We would still need them. So let's go ahead and do a fire department right there. And then we need a police station as well, especially with this being like a harbor district. You would imagine there's probably parties and stuff going on down here. So they would definitely need those. And then, yeah, we're definitely going to do the education over there. We just don't have a ton of space because I want to do some nice park space in here, make it into a nice little area. And so I think we'll actually come in here and paint it all in as a park area. I feel like that would just be great, especially with the waterway area. This would just be a fun place to come, like, I don't know, bring the kids. Maybe you're coming down to the opera or something like that, or maybe you're coming down to the harbor. And so what we're going to do is actually kind of cheese this a little bit. It's just easier if we come over here and do this. So we're going to grab our marquee selection tool. We're going to grab all this and we are going to copy. And I think I'm going to come back through and change the boats and stuff, but I think overall we'll probably end up keeping a lot of this the same, just because I don't really have like an infinite number of boats. And so we'll go like that, and then let's jump into our piers now. So we'll go in here, go to our water structures, so boardwalk connector. That is not the right one. So if we go into big piers, yeah, we want maybe the stairs. Is it the stairs? I think it might be the wooden path. So if we come off here, let's see what this looks like. Nope, definitely not the path. I think it's the stairs. So if we come in here, go like that, yeah, it's definitely the stairs. So we will go ahead and move this now. Go like this, and then let's maybe shift this over. No, we'll shift this whole area over. So we'll go like this, and then shift this over, and of course we're grabbing onto that, so we'll grab that. Come back, yeah, go like right here, perfect. This is gonna look fantastic. I'm glad that we're getting another pier in here. I feel like this is gonna be important. And so let's jump back in here now, right click out of there, and then bring this down so that it's connected up with the pier. Nice. We got our first little marina going. I feel like this is gonna look great. We'll probably come back through and change that up though. And so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and jump into a detailing time lapse while this grows out. I'm going to go ahead and do concrete around the outside, and then I'm going to do a little walking path. Maybe I won't do concrete. Maybe I'll just do concrete on this inside section, and then on the outside we'll do palm trees and a pathway. And then I think we'll do some parks and stuff too. I don't think I'm going to get crazy with it. I think I'm just going to do some pathways with a couple little gazebos, just create some nice spaces. And then I'm going to come through and do all of our marinas on this side. Probably just 1, 2, and then I would like to fit them on the other side, but it looks like we may be pretty limited on space. I might just get rid of these vertical sections and just do some sideways piers. I feel like that would probably be better for this tight area. But I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it right now, and then I will see you whenever I'm done. Okay, so I am finally done, and honestly, this took a while. I really wanted to create a nice space. It's been a little while since we put a lot of time into something like this, and so I went ahead and followed the lead of our area over here. If nobody remembers, we did a huge theater over here with these kind of octagonal planters and stuff, and I felt like they just looked really cool, and so I wanted to kind of capture that same kind of look over here with the opera house, and so I did the same kind of shapes. I'm not even sure if they're octagons or not. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6? But then I did planters and then these nice purple trees. And then I went ahead and got a little crazy with this one. I did some planters, some curbs going all the way around, just did a really cool shape. Made it into like a really nice walking grounds. I did turn these into residences as well, but these would be like condos, especially right off the water. I did have some issues placing these down because of the shape of this. There just wasn't really a great layout to where it was going to look fantastic. And so I think this was definitely the best way I could get it in there. I'm glad that we got it in there. I do wish that it was definitely more 90-degree angles and straight lines. I feel like that would probably be a little bit easier. But then I did trees all the way around, and I decided to do some colored trees in here too. It looks like we need some water down here. So I did these orange, like big chestnut trees. I did some of our red ones that we've used before. And then I went through and just kind of put trees all the way around. And this is a park around the outside. So I did some gazebos. I did some foliage on the waterfront. I did a couple piers off the water. And then, yeah, I think that just looks really good. I like the way it turned out, and I'm glad. I think it's really cool. We got some organic and local produce, little shops off the pier so that it would give something for people to kind of walk around and enjoy. I also did planters in here, though I wasn't really sure what to do with them just yet. But I think what we're going to do is actually jump in here real quick, and we are going to go to lights. So if we come in here, and I think we actually have, so if I go promenade, yeah, there we go. These are the ones. So we will come in here and basically place one down every other one. And these ones are a pain. This is going to take a little bit. So I'm actually just going to go through here and then place them all down. Then we'll jump into night view and kind of show everybody. I did some more canal lights and everything. I think it's going to look really cool. And so I'm going to go ahead and get this done real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I got the lights done. And so now let's jump in here to play it, and let's drop it down. Yeah, look at this. It's actually really cool. Those lights are bright. That's why I like them. I think this may be a little too bright, but I think it's a nice touch, and I like that it gives it a nice ring around. But then I did these light blue lights going in the middle, and it's kind of funny. It looks like moving these around adjusted the lights a little bit. But then I did them around these buildings as well. I felt like this was just going to be a really cool touch in here to kind of light up these buildings, this blue color. And then I lit up this blue as well, and it has some white in there too. But I really like it. You can't really see the canal lights as much as like these ones. So I wonder if it's because of maybe the length in there or something. I'm going to have to go in and maybe smoothen out the canals. Because you can see these ones like really well, super well. Let's go ahead and turn off those districts so we can see it all. But then the ones over here, you just can't see as much, but I think it looks really cool. We haven't used this color yet, and so I think this is going to be fun, and we're going to come through here and basically color all these as we expand. But I really like this. I think this is an awesome little look. I like that we lit those up. It's pretty well lit, which would be safe. And so I think this looks great. I really like it. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys think. And so let's go ahead and jump back into day now. Let's drop this down just a smidge so we can get a nice shadow going. Perfect. There you go. All right. So I think this looks really good. Go ahead and let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys have any ideas or anything, feel free. I think on the next episode, we are going to be working on our country club, and then I want to do a big transit hub somewhere. We need to do this freeway off-ramp, freeway kind of transition over here, leading up over here. And I think we're going to do a transit hub right here. I was thinking we would expand our metro and make a cool little area, like a city kind of center area over here with the golf course kind of surrounding around it. But go ahead and let me know what you guys think. If you're interested in checking out the playlist, I'm going to go ahead and throw it up on your screen. And thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on Friday.